Hola, bon dia. So we'd like to give a special thanks, shout out to Carrie Beyer for her donation to our Super Thanks.
You can make a super thanks too if you like. That'd be great.
Definitely.
The money is obviously going towards helping the kitties, and we're also have 3 still available for adoption.
Yes. So Oreo and Joey went to their forever homes, but we still have Rocky, DJ, and Betty that are available for anyone who wants a
Furry companion.
Whoever gets DJ will never be alone again, ever. Not even when you pee. He follows you everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Joey. Oh, you're spoiled. Look at you.
Didn't you luck out, huh?
Look at that cute little face with your little mustache.
We've also been working on our gardening as well. So last year we didn't really focus on the garden because we really needed to focus on renovations to get the house ready for winter. So we're really enjoying gardening this year. I did some seeds sprouted in paper towels, and within, I would say, like 3 or 4 days, most of them have sprouted. So I've planted those out into seedling trays, and we also started planting out the 3 sisters. What you making, shaking bacon?
Making mounds.
Making mounds.
Yeah.
Sounds made up.
Well, it is, because I'm making it up right now. Planting corn in mounds to do the 3 sisters.
Yes, so we decided to do the 3 sisters, and for a little bit of background, the 3 sisters have been at the center of Native American agriculture and culinary traditions for centuries. And the idea behind it is that they support one another. So the corn provides the stalks for the beans to climb so that the beans aren't outcompeted by the squash. The beans provide nitrogen to fertilize the soil, and they also stabilize the corn stalks during like stronger winds, which we get quite a bit of strong wind here. And then the squash acts as a living mulch, so it's going to create shade on the ground with the leaves and help to hold moisture in, and it also helps to prevent weeds from growing, because it takes up the space. You forgot your other squash.
Yeah, I brought an empty cup.
Well, that wasn't very good planning.
No, I grabbed the wrong cup.
So you are supposed to do everything from seed. So you're supposed to plant the corn first, and then once it's a few inches tall, so about the height that these ones are, is when you're supposed to plant the beans, so that the corn is established before the beans start growing and climbing on it. And then about a week after the beans push through the ground and start growing, that's when you're supposed to plant the squash so that it doesn't create too much shade while the other plants are still small. We already had the seedlings started, so we're doing it this way. I guess next year we'll experiment with direct sowing. And we have some pumpkins as well, so in the same family as squash. So we're going to be doing some with pumpkins and some with squash. So Grant has 2 mounds prepared so far. So we have 1 and 2. The third one is over there. The fourth one is here, and then we're going to make one more kind of beside where Mitzi is sitting. So yeah, maybe we'll experiment with some direct sowing this year also. So Grant has the other squash and he's just planting it now. And we'll soak the beans overnight and plant the beans tomorrow. And we have scarlet runner beans that will be planted right beside the corn stalks. And the tradition of calling this crop the Three Sisters originated with the Haudenosaunee or Iroquois, and they were located around the Great Lakes in northeastern United States and Canada. So there you go, where you grew up. Well, and me as well. So there you go. This is like the original permaculture vegetable guild before permaculture was a thing. So Grant is just removing the leaves from the bottom of the cherry trees because we want to focus growth upwards. You don't want branches down at the base of the tree. So probably to there is good. And does the other one have, or no, the other one doesn't seem to be doing as well.
It's got a couple at the bottom there.
Oh, okay, yep.
But it's got all these, so I can
Oh, okay, yeah.
go from here. Just take off the buds.
Yeah.
Right to about where that better growth is there.
Yep. Should be good. Now this is the neighbor's olive trees.
Well, this half is ours, actually.
Because it hangs over the fence.
Yeah, he's like, that's your half of your tree.
Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, because I don't think ours have very many flowers, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should wear my glasses more often.
Maybe.
I just wander around blind all the time. It's all good.
That's why I'm so handsome.
Okay, so this is our olive tree. This one is completely on our property. And it does have lots of flowers. They haven't opened yet, but they're getting there. Now we just have to figure out how to keep those bugs off, the little flies.
Fruit flies laying their egg.
Yeah. So last year, this tree had more olives on it than the other one. And it looks like they are on opposite years. So this one does have some, but it's not as full as the other one.
This is where some of the garlic was that I already harvested.
Yeah, so some of the garlic was ready.
This is what we're basically left with now.
Yeah, it looks really good actually.
Some nice black soil.
And it stays fairly moist with the mulch on top. So the stuff on top that kind of looks like straw is the reed grass that we run through the wood chipper.
Yes. Works perfectly.
Yep.
It's a neutral medium, no weeds.
Exactly. And it grows super fast. And it's free.
It's a sustainable product.
Definitely.
Okay, so today I'm going to be building a semi-odorless fertilizer extractor, for lack of a better term, I guess. Just using the weeds and scrub that I cut around the property. Mostly nettles. Nettles are really good. Everyone does nettles and comfrey. I don't have any comfrey, so I literally put everything in the bucket, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just going to do a demonstration on one. I've already got one built, so I'll just go kind of through the steps. So a few things you're going to need, obviously a barrel, a drill. I'm using a 8mm bit. You can use whatever size you want. Kind of smaller, not smaller the better, but too small and it really won't work. I got some bricks for the bottom, and then a basin for the barrel to sit in to collect the liquid black gold. So what I do is basically I drill a series of holes in the bottom of the barrel, like 6, 8 holes, right pretty much in the middle. So it would be the lowest point when you flip it over. That way, that's where all the juice is going to accumulate. And then what you do is you flip it over. So you put a few bricks in the bottom to hold the mesh. You need mesh too, by the way. I need the two. So I would use like chicken wire, but this is just demonstration. So this is the only mesh I have. It's for my retaining wall. And then you line the bottom so the stuff doesn't, so the weeds don't fall through to the bottom. And I'll show you what it kind of looks like. So basically like that. I would use chicken wire. In fact, my other one I did use chicken wire, or like a tighter metal mesh. So what happens now is this would go, after you put the holes in it, this would go onto your basin to catch your liquid. So basically it just goes like this. Just like that, and I'll take you over and show you the one I've already completed, and it's already been working for about a month. Okay, I'm doing my Martha Stewart now. This one I prepared earlier. So basically it's the same idea, the bucket, the barrel, the catch basin, but what you do is you weight it, and then I will show you, I'll take the weights off and show you what's inside. So I just weighed it down with a bunch of bricks. You can see this one here. I'll take this one out. I got some nice flat rocks in here. And then you literally just fill it up with weeds, and you can keep filling it as it breaks down. Like I filled this up 3 days ago and it was to the top, and that's how far down it's already dropped with the weight on it. And the weight basically squeezes the juice out of the weeds and plants and whatever else you throw in there like that, as it decomposes. Now you do add a little bit of water. I added a little bit of water at the beginning, just like wet it down a little bit, and then I let it run out, and then I dumped it. And now I'll show you, this has been going for a month and I've already dumped it twice. I've got enough fertilizer for basically my whole garden in a month. And let me take it off and show you. So there you go. That's what you're left with. That is plant fertilizer. And what you do with this is you make a mix of about 10 water to 1 of whatever you're measuring. I just use like a cup basically and some old pop bottles. I put pretty much 1 cup in a 2-liter pop bottle, and then fill the rest with water, and you're good to go. And free fertilizer. And again, I use everything. I don't specify which weeds I use. I throw them all in, and this is what you end up with. So good luck. Oh, and just to add on, of course, you need to weight it down. So I put rocks in the bottom, like I showed you earlier. I keep it in a sunny place. Try to keep it covered because the more water gets in from rain, the more it dilutes your mix. And it may fill your basin up and you may not get anything. It may just overflow and not get anything. You want it in a fairly sunny spot so it basically cooks it. Mine is in one of our in our compost bins. So yeah, good luck.
So we worked on more rabbet joints this week, and we've finished enough that we have enough to build the door for our bathroom.
You can't see my bum from the shower anymore.
So I've also started sanding all of the planks and getting them ready to treat with xylophene. So hopefully we are able to assemble the door next week. Yes, you know, we have our safety gear. We have, I have gloves and goggles and my safety sandals. Mm-hmm. And you're in your slippers.
And my safety shorts.
Exactly. And don't worry, I am wearing something under the overalls. Damn it. Sorry. Well, I'm sure they can see the bikini top, so we're good. The weather is fantastic.
Get more views if you're not wearing the bikini top. Just saying.
That is not true. So I know we've mentioned it before, but if this is our first video that you're watching, we're adding the extra piece of wood clamped on at the back side of the table saw because the fence for this model of table saw ends part way through. So that means that it has some play to it. Better quality, more expensive ones, this fence would go over the other end so that it is more solid. So this is how we fix the problem.
This is how we do. Sorry.
So it's not like perfect, but it's good enough. And I'll just clean this stuff up with the chisel. It'll just take a quick pass and yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to try the sanding attachment with the angle grinder because it's a little bit more aggressive than the actual orbital sander. And this is rough cut lumber. So it does have quite a lot of ridges on it from the cutting blades. So what I'm going to do is try to get the bulk of the ridges and grooves off with the angle grinder and then do the finishing with the orbital sander. So we'll see if that plan goes any better. Not that the orbital sander was not working, it just, I feel like it's going to take a lot longer. So we'll see how this works. So Grant is right. This does create a lot of fine dust. So safety first. I have my dust mask and goggles on. And you can really see the difference here where I've gone with the angle grinder versus just the orbital sander. So I'm going to take some of these deeper ridges off and then finish everything off with the orbital sander.
So she's got the Ryobi hooked up to the Einhell.
door pieces that I'm using for the framing on the door, I want them to all be the same size. So 2 of them are almost 7.5 centimeters and one is roughly 8 centimeters. So I have set my table saw to 7 centimeters. So I'm going to make all of the trim pieces 7 centimeters wide now. So that is the wood neatly stacked so that it can continue drying. And I've also weighted the ends down, so hopefully as it dries, it stays straighter. So a few nights after I pushed maybe a little too hard trying to get stuff done, I didn't put it away as neatly and I didn't weigh it down. So some of the planks are slightly warped or cupped a little bit, but hopefully this is going to help sort that out. And I can finish sanding tomorrow and start treating it with xylophene to protect it from bugs. So that's where we're at so far. You can see the top couple of rows here have the rabbet joints, and then most of the wood below that does not have rabbet joints yet. So I've only done what I need for the door at this point.
We finally had some progress with my residency, but we haven't really been posting anything on it because we've been sitting in limbo about it. So
yeah, so our situation is a little different than most people coming from Canada because I have my Swiss citizenship. So I got my residency within the first 2 weeks of arriving. And then his residency is through family reunification. Unfortunately, we have not been able to schedule an appointment with Seth for, over a year. So the wonderful ladies at our Junta Freguesia contacted Claim and made an appointment for us with Claim. So we had our appointment yesterday, and we just have to update our marital status on our taxes, so on our NIF numbers, and then we'll have another appointment with Claim, and they will help us to get our appointment with Seth to get his residency. So hopefully we're going to make some progress soon. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed our video. Please give it a like. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. And if you feel like it, super thanks donations are very much appreciated.
always appreciated.
Yes, we have too many cats. Also, if anyone wants to adopt a cat, let me know.
Exactly.
All right, so see you next week. Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.